like with certain projects, like the one thing I learned is never buy one. So for me, it's like if I'm gonna invest, I need to buy more than one. I already made that mistake with the CryptoPunk. I bought a CryptoPunk for 50 ETH, and this is July of last year, and then I put it up for bid, just like 300 ETH.
Yeah.
And then it sold in 21 days.
Now you're out.
Which is great. I mean, it's $1 million, you know. So I was like, oh my god, I didn't.
Yeah, but now you got no CryptoPunk.
Yeah. So then I just bought 2 more. So I like with all that profit, I just went and bought more NFTs because I'm such a believer in the space, and I also believe that it's like for me, I don't really care so much about the flip. I care about what it's gonna mean when we really start rolling out what Web3 is, what the metaverse will look like, what Roblox 3.0 is, all these things. I think that like there's so much application that's going to be used with NFTs that we haven't even begun to touch.
Scratch the surface. Just even the new play to earn stuff popping up. Like I don't know if you got into Wolf Game or
I got into
Creeps or
Wolf
any
Game
of that shit.
and Creeps, yeah.
What were your big, because I also have seen you on kind of the other side of some projects as well. Like he kind of infamously got into Oni, Own One, whatever you want to call it.
I got in with you. I bought one Oni for 300, and like I don't know what the value is, like dropped, diminished a lot.
I got mine for like 630. And yeah, it's dropped.
Yeah, but you know, I think about like this, like Oni is like an OG project to me. So even though it's dropped, still believer that the project will,
I don't know why I don't feel like it's a loss yet. Like
exactly.
Technically, the project's volume has decreased, but like I just don't care.
I look at like
I don't know.
You have future projects that are really popular, like Azuki's really popular,
huge, right?
And Zipsy and all these projects that have like an anime kind of theme. Oni was like to me the OG anime
and the coolest one. I got into one of the guys with the cheeseburger.
Right.
Dropped like 160K on it. And I noticed that it was like, I started to notice the floor was like kind of slipping a little, and I got a little worried, and I got back out at what I got in for. And then a few days later, it kind of fell out a little bit.
I just still don't think it's cooked, man. Like this is the long game. Yeah. And like, who knows? Maybe the anime NFTs are going to take a turn or take a skyrocket.
Well, I mean, there's like a lot of projects, especially during that period of time, like World of Women, like Dead Fellas. There's a lot of projects that they're rising now, but
it takes a while. Sometimes.
Yeah, some of these take time. Like my project, I dropped February of last year, Dreamcatcher. I mean the floor did drop after like everyone bought, because it did really well. It was like the kind of surge. I did 4.3 million on that project, and it surged up, and then it just dropped. Yeah. Like all NFTs dropped. And it just stayed at this very low floor for 10 months until we announced Aokiverse. Once we like whispered that an Aokiverse was coming, the floor rose like a lot, from like 0.2 to 2 ETH.
So it's all the roadmap at the end of the day. It's hitting the right parts of the roadmap, because I think that's just a natural cyclical motion of an NFT project. You get this initial burst of energy when the project first releases, and then of course it's going to go back to some sort of, most times it goes back to some sort of baseline until there's news.
That's why for me, whenever I invest and whenever I look into projects, I always look at the founders.